What's going on, fight fans? What's popping? How's everybody doing? Got about 10 to 15 minutes of spare time. Just want to hit you up real quick and talk to you about this Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios fight. And now on the undercard is going to be Victor Ortiz versus Devin Alexander. Is it a fight that I like to see? Hey, what's up, the Ronnie9? What's up, man? Thanks for hopping on the chat. Um, is this a fight that I want to see Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios? Yeah, I don't mind seeing it. This is one of those fights that I know Danny Garcia is going to win, but it's one of those fights that you don't mind seeing it because you want to see him knock out Brandon Rios. Not that Brandon Rios is a bad guy and you want to see him lose. It's that you know that Brandon is a punching bag that comes straight at you. And you know that he's only going to be able to take but so much punishment. And I don't think Brandon has the power to hurt Danny at 147 pounds. I think Danny has grown well into that 147-pound body. If Keith Thurman can't knock him out, I know Brandon Rios isn't going to be able to knock him out. And then Victor Ortiz, the unstable, the uncanny, mentally fatigued Victor Ortiz is going to be facing the recovering rehab Devin Alexander. First of all, let me start by saying shout out to Devin Alexander for overcoming painkillers. I don't know what else you take, but I know it's painkillers. This fight is interesting. We have a boxer. We have a boxer that is recovering or came out of rehab for doing drugs. Then you have another one that has mental health issues. Man, I mean, you can't build up a bigger fight. Use your sales and marketing and get that right. You never know what you might be able to get out of the deal. I see you laughing, the Ronnie9. Yeah, man, these two here, man. I don't know if you're gonna label it the mental health dope pusher or what. But anyway, let's start off with Victor Ortiz. I'm starting with Victor Ortiz versus Devin Alexander. Jeez, this is a 50-50 fight. Let me tell you why I say that. Who has the better skills? Devin Alexander. Who has the more pop and punch? Victor Ortiz. So it's not like one really outweighs the other when it comes to their attributes. I will say that, man, and they're both southpaws, man. You know how awkward that fight's going to be? Clash of heads. I think... See, this is the thing, because you remember that time that Devin Alexander kind of quit when he fought Timothy Bradley, and he had that eye gash, and he said he couldn't see out his eye? There was times that Devin showed mental weakness. I think this fight is evenly matched, and honestly, I'm going to be honest, I think this fight is going to come down to who is mentally tougher. I'm not going to outweigh Ortiz's power over Devin, and I'm not going to use Devin's speed over Victor Ortiz's power. And listen, I say that because Victor Ortiz got lit up by Andre Berto. Andre Berto has a little bit of pop, but his speed to me is almost twice as fast as Devin. Now, that's not to say Devin doesn't have any speed, but I don't think he really has the same pops behind those punches. And I don't know if that's because Devin doesn't turn over his shots or if it's more of like an amateurish pop, pop, pop type of hit. Um, so honestly, so I really have that fight going 50-50. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I just want to see the fight to see who's mentally going to give up first. That's what I really want to see. I no other reason besides that. If I had to lean more to who I thought was going to win, I would probably say Devin Alexander. I think Devin um, is stronger mentally than Victor Ortiz. And the Ronnie Nine, who quits first? Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to, man. Who's going to quit first? Man, especially, that's a funny thing. I hate for them to have a double knockdown. Who was that had that double knockdown? That was K9 versus Achu Powell. That's what, about 8-10 years ago? That fight, there was a double knockdown and they ended up getting back up. This is one of those fights, man, that Victor and Devin knocked each other down. They would both be on the ground like this. You know how they do in WWE wrestling? They're like this. And when you knock somebody down in WWE, he kind of looks up to see what the other wrestler's doing. And that's what's going to happen with Devin Alexander and Victor Ortiz. They both hit each other and get dropped. They be down on the ground and they just look at each other. You getting up? Nah, man, you get up. All right, man. I don't know. I see the fight playing out like that. It's sad to say, but that's probably what would happen. All right, I'm gonna move on from from the Victor Ortiz versus Devin Alexander. Let's go over to the human punching bag. I call Brandon Rios the modern day Rocky. Yo, Adrian. I mean, he just keeps getting punched and he keeps slurring his words. And he left Robert Garcia. Who was it that he went to? I don't remember who he went to. Isn't he back with Robert Garcia? I don't know who his trainer is anymore. After Brandon Rios got beat up by what they called a human octopus when he fought Manny Pacquiao. After that, nobody really just watched out for Brandon Rios anymore. It's kind of sad because Brandon has that Mexican style that Mexicans love to watch, but I'll put it like this. When he got beat up by the human octopus, Manny Pacquiao, because he said it was like 8 punches coming at one time. I don't know if he said it, but somebody said that. They were like, yeah, okay, you got beat by Manny Pacquiao, but then when Timothy Bradley knocks you out, Timothy Bradley can't even pop a grape. And now, granted, Brandon Rios came out of shape. But listen, that was Brandon's fault. Brandon's the one in between fights jumping up to 180, 190 pounds, and then you want to lose 50 pounds in 2 months and come down to 140, 147. That's your fault. The best boxers are the one that say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Those are the best ones. People that train, after the fight, a week, 10 days at the most, they back in the gym, getting back in shape and keeping their senses going, keeping their ring rust away. But, and Danny Garcia, man, he's really let me down lately. Danny Garcia didn't let me down because of his fights, because his fights are entertaining. Danny, once he start making Al start paying him those millions of dollars, man, we went to seeing Danny, 3 times a year, y'all? To 1 time a year? Does Danny even fight more than 1 time a year now? Let me look up here. Let me look up Danny Garcia. I want to see how many times he's fought recently. Boxing Rec. Danny Garcia. Shout outs to Boxing Rec. Rios has been active too. I think Robert Garcia told Rios to retire. Smart. That's smart. Yeah, look at this. "2013, Danny fought 2 times. He fought Zab Judah, Lucas Matisse. 2014, Mauricio Herrera, Rod Salka. 2015, Lamont Peterson, Paulie Malignaggi. 2016, Robert Guerrero, Samuel Vargas. Last year, when he took that loss in March of 2017, well, it's still 2017. We still got 3 days until 2018. But earlier this year, 2017, when he lost, took that loss to Keith Thurman, he lost that split decision. We haven't seen him since. Now going into the new year, you're gonna fight Brandon Rios in February. God knows next time we probably won't see him fight again until 2019. Man, I love for fighters to make money, but darn it, still give the guys at least 3 fights a year. Listen, 3 times a year is not asking for a whole lot. Listen, 12 months and you ask them to fight once every 4 months. Is asking a fighter to fight once every 4 months really, really asking for a lot? Listen, and you can take a whole month off in between. So, say January comes off, you want to take the whole month of January. You know, holidays just finished up. Turn around and fought April. After you fight in April, take the whole May off. June, July, August. Fight again in August. Take the whole month of September off. October, November, December. You can fight in December. Yeah, like you said, bar no injury. You know, there are some injuries in there. Listen, if you have injuries, then at least twice a year. But if you ain't got no injuries, you need to be giving us at least 3 fights a year at least. So I'm just a little disappointed in Danny. Like I said, not for his fighting style, but just the fact that he's declining and how many fights he's giving us every year. In my own personal opinion, I think a lot of that goes to, um, Al's dropping him a million, 1.2, 1.5 million. I mean, after taxes, he's probably walking away about 750,000, but you can definitely live comfortable after that, off of that for at least 3, 4, or 5 years. You manage it right, and with the lifestyle that you live. Um, but anyway, that's what I want to talk about. I think Danny Garcia is going to wear him out. Brandon will be out of there within 8, 9 rounds at the most. He going to Timothy Bradley him. That's what he going to do. It's funny. I saw something the other day. Somebody pissed off Brandon Rios. Just like the same way they said Manny Pacquiao's going to beat you up, you don't have a chance. They're saying the same thing. Danny Garcia's going to beat you up, not having a chance. And he's talking about all y'all fans. Y'all going to be kissing my butt after I beat Danny Garcia. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Dude, I think Danny can injure his jab arm, his left hand, his left arm, and still beat you. I just believe that. D Style Boxing, what's up, bro? I'm doing good, man. Long time no see. Shout out to D Style Boxing, man. When we first started doing Uvu, man, and we used to do 3 and 4-way chats, D Style was right there with this man. It's crazy because when we started that, man, everybody started doing video chats with each other. I kind of felt good that we kind of helped set that trend as far as boxing. You know, other sports did it, but boxing, nobody was doing it until we did it. So, what's up, D-Style? Um, Listen, and I'm going to throw this out there. All y'all out there, there's about 5 y'all out there. Anybody want to subscribe? If you want to drop, well, not subscribe. And if y'all want to hit that super chat, drop $1, $2, $5, go right ahead. I ain't going to hold you back. But anyway, that's what I want to throw out there. Yeah, Carcino Blood and Mr. Boxing today. Yep, that's exactly who it was, man. Great conversations, man. We have to get back on that. Yep, the Uvu days. But listen, I'm hoping. Yeah, Joe Habib too. I miss Joe, man. 2018, man. I really hope we have a lot of boxing coming up, man. I'm looking for bigger and better things. Um, I think Al Heyman is putting fighters together that they're not the most interesting fights. Yeah, it's a joke. You gotta go back and watch this these styles. It's not the most interesting fights, but he's giving us fights that's like we don't mind seeing. He's not the favorite, but you don't mind seeing it. Um, I know the fighters don't like it because they're not getting the same type of money they were getting 2 years ago when Al was blowing through that Waddell and Reed investment fund. And I know they ain't happy about that. And listen, I know everybody wants to make Floyd Mayweather money, man, but the work Floyd put in, the villain role he played, the people he lined himself up with, all that played an important part, especially the villain role. To talk smack and nobody can beat you. Listen, if you're gonna talk smack, we ain't talking about Agent Broner. If you're gonna talk smack, back it up. And if you talk smack and back it up, people will want to see you lose. Um, People want to see Deontay Wilder lose. And Deontay is steadily knocking people out. His only guy he didn't knock out was Bermane Stiverne in the first one, but he made sure he avenged that one. Um, so, it is what it is, man. But yeah, the Danny Garcia 2018 could be a nice year. Hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping so too, man. Looking forward to the Canelo Triple G fight for that coming back up. Um, Errol Spence, I believe, is going to beat up Lamont Peterson because Lamont is not really an active fighter. But all right, that's enough of my time. I'm gonna leave it right there, man. Thanks for checking us out. Until next time, we'll be back eventually. Um, Share, like this video, make sure you subscribe, and we'll hit you back over the weekend.